Throughout the 2012 season, we were granted exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the TT Legends racing team as they took on some of the toughest bike races in the world. For 7 races, from Suzuka in Japan to Oschersleben in Germany, from Le Mans to the legendary Isle of Man, we followed these ordinary men doing extraordinary things. John McGuinness is the Morecambe missile, ex-bricklayer and muscle picker. He's won the Isle of Man TT 19 times. Simon Andrews is the fearless young gun and a proven winner who's fighting back from a serious injury. And Cameron Donald, Australia's fastest plumber and 2-time winner of the Isle of Man. Together, they are the TT Legends. The TT Legends team has moved on to Oschersleben in Germany, the country of big sausages and even bigger glasses of beer. After 3 races, the team are in 2nd place in the World Championship, but they need to improve their pace if they're going to catch the leading group of teams.
We find ourselves now 40 hours into a 72-hour season, so we've got remaining 1 8-hour race and 1 24-hour race. We're 2nd in the World Championship, but we've done that through good old school endurance. We've got 3 finishes, so out of the top 10, there's only 2 teams with 3 finishes. That's ourselves and the leaders, so that's the key to endurance racing.
There's lots of fast teams, but the main team in this championship is a Cert Suzuki team, there's no question. They've been the best at endurance racing over the past 10 years, won the World Championship many times. They're the team leading the championship. I'd have to say as a team they're quicker than us, but we've had less problems than them. We've been more reliable this year, that's why we're so close to them. The BMW team is probably the quickest team out there at the moment. Also you've got the 2 Yamaha teams, Yacht and GMT. We feel we're sort of just getting into their league, but they've probably just got a little bit more experience and just got a little bit more pace than us at the moment.
To take on the 4 leading teams, I call them Division 1. We've got to go quicker.
With Simon Andrews continuing to recover from injury, Jason O'Halloran subs for the team once more. But practice does not start well.
I leant it over, hit the engine on the floor. So the engine case hit the ground and nearly had me off. Just lifting the bike now.
John's going a bit quicker, got some good times in, and he's just starting to graze the crankcases. So for safety, we're moving the height of the bike up.
It's all trial and error, really. I mean, our bike's pretty good, but we're just trying to make it better. That's it, that's racing. Always got to keep trying. Can't stand still. The boys will have us.
The Germans love eating as much as their racing and umpar bands, and so does John. As the team chef prepares the crew's meals, John goes in search of his favourite food.
I'm not really a pasta man, I'm more of a meat man.
John, I think, has sausages coming out of his eyes. I think he loves them. The winners.
I think I'm going to have one of these long bratwursts, I think. Let's go. Have this? Pay for it. We take it. Oh, fantastic, yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, he's got a major crush on German wieners. It's a bit of a team joke, really, that John's staple diet is wieners.
After the race, if we're still in one piece, he's going to be coming down here and filling my boots, I think.
Left bar, left clutch mechanism and cable, left footrest. Go.
And the cable?
Yeah.
Back at the garage, Russell has the mechanics working up an appetite. He puts them through their paces against the clock.
This sort of exercise is essential to make sure we can respond to any small incidents on track. Working on these exercises trains the guys to work together for a start, gives them responsibility. It's split to 4 corners, the bike. Each mechanic has a responsible corner. At the moment, this subframe is going quicker than I've seen it go before. This bike's designed for quick maintenance and resistance to accident damage, so it's quite different actually to a road bike, although it uses the main road bike components. Done. Stop. Oh, that's all right then. Yeah, that's good. Got to be pleased with that.
Another key member of the backup team is the fuel man, Ulf.
I'm responsible for all things with the tanks and with the fuel, with measuring the tanks, measuring how much fuel we need, and also to speak with the race manager over the race strategy. Because I know how long we can go in one stint.
Yeah, Ulf's just working out how much fuel he needs for the race. A bit late, I'd suggest. At least he knows how much we're going to use per rotor, which is the main thing.
Fuel, obviously, goes without saying again, it's massively important, and they work really, really hard, and especially Ulf and Mike Wayne, one of the other fuel guys. Obviously got to calculate it to the egg cup full, I would imagine, and if we can get another 3 or 4 laps per rotor over 8 hours, that definitely could make us have 1 stop less, which could give us a massive advantage.
Usually the limiting factor for stopping is the fuel, and we seem to have better fuel consumption than most teams, so we're hoping that we probably do 1 less fuel stop than our main rivals during the race, so that should help us considerably.
Makes it a little bit hard on the riders. We've got to go on a little bit further, but we'll just dig deep and we'll do it, you know, for sure.
At Oschersleben, the last hour of the 8 will be in darkness, and the riders aren't looking forward to it.
I rode in the dark at Qatar, and then I rode in the dark in Japan, and then I rode here at night practice last night, and it was super tough. You know, there's absolutely no lights out there.
Even though the start and finish is lit a little bit, but turn 4s, 5s, 6 around the back, it's pitch black, you know, it's really, really difficult.
But the riders aren't getting much sympathy from the management.
It's only going to be dark for a short period in this race because it stays light till about 9:30, so they're only going to be in real darkness for about the last half hour. But I mean, it's no different to any other event. It just gradually gets dark, so they adjust to it accordingly, so I don't see it being a major issue for them at all.
You can't see where the curbs are, you don't know where to turn in, where to open the throttle. It was just unbelievably hard, but you know, I think there's only an hour or so in the race here in the dark, and hopefully John or Cam get that one.
Qualifying over, timekeeper leader brings Russell the lap times. The team's hard work in practice appears to have paid off.
That's qualifying 1. Yep. This is qualifying 2. Right. So we're still in 5th position, but our times have improved quite a bit. But Jason did quite a lot better, and he's now actually our fastest rider. Now it's up to decide who's going to start the race.
Great.
Okay.
So let's let the boys know.
Yeah.
Jason will start the race, we've decided, followed by John, then Cameron, then Jason again. And while Jason's on his 2nd stint, we'll decide on the running order after that.
I haven't actually done a Le Mans start before, but you know, today will be my first time. You know, I'm looking forward to it. It's something different.
Before we went out, Jace actually said to me, this is the first time I've really been properly nervous before an endurance ride. So I think it changes the dynamic a bit when you're getting out there and you're the one running to the bike. All eyes are on you, that's for sure.
The German's not really that good, so I hope I don't miss the countdown. We'll see what happens there, but I just watch for the flag to drop.
It's sort of iconic, it's endurance. It's the only way to start an endurance race. I know no other.
It's an eventful opening stint. After a couple of crashes, the safety car makes an early appearance.
Already the natural order at the front is being disrupted. Yamaha Austria looks like they've crashed in the 3rd sector. Yart dropping out of the top 4 and Bollinger dropping out of Division 2. So we find ourselves in 4th place now with 50 minutes of the race run.
Ulf comes under the spotlight when it becomes clear not all the petrol is getting into the tank during refuelling. That could mean an extra pit stop and valuable time wasted.
Our fueler wants to do the very best he can, and he is doing the best he can within the limitations of both the information and the equipment available. But we've got 2 ways forward now. We're having trouble with the last litre to just push ourselves forward the last lap. And that's the difference between holding a place and not holding a place, perhaps.
It is 4 laps or so more, with a better fuel light situation, we must not make a splash and dash. We go till the end. Yeah, and that makes me crazy. I don't like it.
Yeah, he's upset about it. He's upset because everybody in the team wants to do the very best they can, and poor old Ulf is seeing a possible need for a splash and dash at the end, and he's taking responsibility for that himself, which I think is good. Personal responsibility is the way forward.
Coming up in part 2, who will draw the short straw for the night shift? And more pit stop pressure for Ulf.
And you told me fuel, I wasn't, and at that time the bike comes up.
Three hours into the race, and the team are holding on to 4th place, but they aren't gaining on the leading pack. Cameron is out on the track, while back in the pit, John is feeling battered and bruised.
Sorry, my neck's sore.
I think all his stress and his strain comes out in John's neck while he's out. So, you know, he's quite tensed up. It's just his neck that's giving him a bit of a problem at the moment. It's not too bad, but we've got John here and he's great, the physio, so he's giving him a quick rub and he's back out again, he's fine.
His head was feeling heavy, which usually suggests that the neck muscles that hold your head up have been worn out, fatigued. We've been doing some manipulation on John just to free it up, make it feel more comfortable. Seems to be working. It's fine when he goes back out, comes back in, he's broken again, so we fix it, send him back out again.
Fitness is important to every rider, and John is no different. He just takes a different approach to most.
It's pretty worldwide known that I'm a bit lazy and I don't go down to the gym, and I think it infuriates a lot of people. It's something I'm not proud of. You know, I do a professional job. People put so much time and effort and money that goes into the racing, and you're sat eating pie and chips, sticking weight on, and they're spending hundreds of thousands of pounds to get the weight down. I can understand why they get fed up at times.
There was all the joke about John being heavy, and he puts himself down about it too, and, you know, he cops a ribbing from everyone, but, you know, he's happy enough doing what he's doing.
When you've got it in the back of your head, you've got to be at the gym, you've got to be this, the pressure's on, you know, you've got to eat this, you've got to drink this, got to be this amount of weight and that. It just ends up being a bit of a vicious circle, and I've tried it before and it hasn't really worked for me. It just makes me unhappy, and when you're unhappy, nobody wants to go bike racing.
Aesthetically, what he looks like, he may not look as fit, but on a motorbike, he's as fit as anyone out there.
I like to get out on the little mini bikes. It's a bit of fun, a bit of crack. Vent off a bit of steam, you know, have a little burn around on them. It's good fun, you know. It's just a type of training for me. It's good for you using all the right muscles that you use on bikes, and when you're racing bikes, you're in the racing position, and I think it's a connection from your brain to your wrist, to the back wheel, to your, you know. The bottom line is that's what we're doing, you know, we're racing bikes. That's all you need, isn't it? A little bit of land, bit of fresh air, little motorbike. Everybody's got smiley faces, haven't they? It's great.
Training with his brother can prove to be a bit of a distraction. Cam comes into the pits in 4th position.
I think the only time it would have blown out was when it was traffic. I didn't make any mistakes.
Oh, you got to the traffic quite good, mate.
Hold on. All right.
Thanks for watching me. I was giving you these ones down the straight. You see me look over a couple of times.
Yeah.
Geez, isn't it bad when you come out behind even a...
Yes. Yeah, just can't get a bike, innit?
There's a guy on a beamer there that's real quick, and I end up, you know, about turn the back right over there.
Yeah, you have to go up, jam it inside of him.
Stabbed me inside me. He ran into me, like touched elbows. So I don't see ya. Yeah. Turn 2's good for that too.
Yeah, just go a little squirt and just stop him, yeah. That's good, that. Loads of 29, loads of them.
So I think Cameron did a really good stint.
We're going to get roller things.
Because it's time soon to make your mind up about the next 4 rotas.
Well, that's what I wanted to do now, to give me the best 25 laps.
Yeah, you know, Neil's in the pit box in the box.
Russell is under pressure to come up with the rider order for the rest of the race. His strategy is crucial if they are to stay in contention. More than halfway through the race, and all 3 riders are keeping up pressure on the front runners.
It's 3 hours and 9 minutes to go. We're in 4th place, trailing GMT by 1 lap and 1 second at the moment.
Consistent times out there, where all 3 of them are doing consistent lap times, and I think it's pretty hard work out there. There's no time off around this track. It's just, you know, corner, 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 and it's in and out. So, yeah, there's no rest for them. So the 55 minutes that they're out there, it's pretty full on, really.
If the team are to push for a podium finish, they can't afford any slip-ups on or off the track. Ulf is slow connecting to the fuel tank and precious seconds are lost.
Seconds to get on. You've got to get above it, Ulf, and drop it.
But the whole bike was moving. You made it the second time.
Okay.
Russell investigates what went wrong at the pit stop.
I think it was a combination of him being a bit keen and me being a bit slow. So.
It didn't cost a massive amount of time, did it?
8 seconds for you and Ulf.
Right.
It was a 50. Right. You know, on the pit lane,
yeah,
rather than a 42. So, yeah.
Because my problem is I can't see it because of the visor. I can't see what is on the right side or on the left side. That's why I come so relatively late to the bike, and then I must, without Russell calling fuel, I don't know what's happening. I can't see it. I can't see when you put the spindle, the rear or the front spindle. Yeah? So I need your eyes to get it. And you told me fuel, I was in, and at that time the bike comes up and pushed me again. Yeah? And that was the reason why I can't get up. Because I must have a reaction time to say, what's happened now? Yeah? That was the only reason.
Atención, Juan Pablo, que hay una moto que entrega.
2 more rotors after this one. John next, Cameron to finish. It'll be just getting dark at about 9:45, 10 to 9. So Cameron will get a nighttime session later on, and he's happy about that. He's happy for it. John is less keen about going at that time of day, so we've altered the rotors accordingly to give Cameron the last one. So all being well, he should get on. It's about 9 o'clock. And see the race out.
I love the dark.
Okay.
I don't love it around here in practice the other night.
Because it is dark.
There's no lights, especially turn 1. You just keep got.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Less than 2 hours to go, and John is out on the track as night falls.
The yacht's still going, yeah, they're still back out there again. They've had a number of problems, haven't they?
Yes.
There hasn't been a lot of teams of problems in this race, though.
No, the ones that we want, the ones we're involved with, they're all doing all right.
30 seconds.
Watch it! Watch it! Hold it! Hold it! Fuel!
Cameron goes out for the night shift, and Ulf gets a thumbs up for a smooth pit stop.
Well done, Ulf. That was full, definitely. Yeah. Getting a bit cold out here, isn't it?
What are you doing? You've got your sparkly shoes on? Sure, Jason, you
Yeah,
see
we're out free now. Pretty cool.
Nearly there, eh? 26 seconds left. Still got to finish, though.
Despite Cameron's doubts about racing in the dark, he keeps up the pace and clinches 4th position. In the end, the team's fuel strategy worked, and there was no need for a splash and dash pit stop.
Kissy, kissy, kissy! Wow. Well done! Good times for in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I felt good.
Can you do that in a 24-hour race?
No problem.
Okay.
The team miss out on the podium, but are still equal second in the World Championship. It's mixed emotions all round.
We've definitely moved up, and that's extremely encouraging for the Le Mans race at the end of the year. We're equal second in the championship, and we've held second place now for 3 rounds running. And we're one of the only 2 teams that have got 4 finishes now. No other team except the leaders have had 4 finishes, so we can only be very pleased with that.
Something completely different to what I'm used to, but you know, big team effort. The 8 hours seems to go like that, you know. But yeah, really enjoyed it and had a good time. So not one single person that makes the difference. It's the whole team that does the job. So to be a part of that is great. You know, I've got no more endurance racing planned, but you know, maybe I'll have another go at it in the future and see how it goes.
I'm in a semi-huff really, so I want to go over there, but we will do. You know, it's about time we upped our game a little bit, and we got a hell of a lot closer to the leading group.
It's all going to be down to a 24-hour race for the 4 main teams in contention. It's great for the team. When you get a result, it just boosts everybody up, and we're looking forward to the last round of the championship now.
Next time on TT Legends, it's crunch time at Le Mans. Can the Legends snatch the world title?
It's not over yet, there's 40 minutes left, so anything can happen.